Coaching doesn't just change outcomes, it changes identity. You don't just achieve something new, you become someone new. That's why you need a coach. Well, you know what we're doing, so let's just move on. These are the 5 questions I get asked all the time about coaching. Coaching, mentoring. What do I need? What's the difference? All these things. Now I want to deal with number 3. This is the 3rd question I get asked all the time about mentoring and coaching. Martin, what's going to happen to me if I don't have coaching? And that blows my mind. But I had to understand there was a time in my life where I had the same questions. What's the difference between the two? But what if I don't have coaching? What if I never find a coach? What if I never find out the real reasoning that I do need a coach? Well, absolutely. This is an issue. We need to deal with this. I want to give you 8 powerful negative consequences. 8 powerful negative consequences if you never get a coach in life, in relationships, in building a better body. If you never get a coach, there are going to be consequences. Say it with me. If I don't get a coach, there are going to be consequences in my leadership, in my money, my health, and my relationships. So here's number 1. Number 1 is lack of clarity. If you don't have a coach, you're not going to know where you're going. You're not going to know why you're going. You're not going to understand what your real aim is. You need clarity. Without coaching, people often wander around their whole life until it's too late. They chase too many things and never get there. Nothing ever happens because they're all over the place. They're a squirrel. They get distracted by things. They start to think some things are better than others. They change their mind. They change their goals. They change their relationship. They live a life that is reactive instead of proactive. They're just moving around. They're just all the time. But you've got to be proactive about life, and a coach is going to make sure you do that. You got to know what circumstances you want. You got to know where you're going. You have to have vision. What do I see out in front of me? What do I see in my next? What do I see at the next level? That's negative. That's not going to be a good thing for you. Number 2, stalled progress. If you don't have a coach, your progress is going to be stalled. In other words, everything is going to be on a delay. You're going to say something and you have to wait a few minutes until you actually hear it come back to you. So this stalled progress is a very important thing because delay is frustrating. Can you raise your hand? You agree? Amen, Martin. When you have stalled progress, delay becomes very frustrating. Time gets wasted. Goals get postponed. People stay stuck in the same cycles, unsure and unaware that they're not moving forward and they don't know how to move forward. It's a horrible place to be. And that's why you need a coach. Your progress isn't stalled. You're always moving. That's a negative. That negative, here's what I'd ask you. What would take 6 months in your life? Would you like to let me ask it this way. If something would take 6 years in your life, just a question. If something would take a goal, progress of some sort, would take 6 years of you doing it by yourself, and a coach would help you get it done in 6 months, would you get a coach? The answer is obviously yes. I'm not even going to argue with you. If you could shorten 6 years into 6 months, you definitely do it. That's what coaches do. Coaches also help you. They help you with blind spots. So without a coach, you're going to have blind spots. Your blind spots are going to remain. You're not going to know. It's going to cost you time. It's going to cost you mistakes. It's going to cost you relationships. It's going to cost you health problems. It's going to cause you money problems because those blind spots, and you're hitting them every time, every day, every week, every month, you hit a blind spot. You can't correct what you can't see. So you got blind spots everywhere in your life. Without coaching, people repeat the same life killing, money killing, relationship killing problems. You got to have a coach. That's horrible. That's number three. Number three, helps you understand those hidden habits, egos, fear, all those unchecked things. It makes you check them. Making sense? Somebody say number four. Number four, what's going to happen to you is low confidence. Without a coach, your confidence is going to stay where it is. And I want your confidence to blossom. I want your confidence to bloom, explode, terraform, expand. Because low confidence will create missed opportunities. If you don't feel good about yourself, if you don't feel good about what you're doing, if you don't feel good about where you're going, you're not going to make quick and fast decisions because you don't believe in yourself. You don't believe in yourself. And a coach elevates your confidence. So without a coach, you're not going to have confidence. You're going to have lack of confidence. Doubt wins where belief is absent. Write it down. What did I say? Doubt always wins when belief is absent. When you believe, there's no doubt. But when you doubt, belief, it means that belief is not there. Every time you doubt from now on, say to yourself, oh, if I'm doubting, it's because I don't believe. And without someone to reinforce your greatness, self-doubt creeps in every time. It's got to be a proactive move. That's what you get when you don't have a coach. Doubt. All the doors stay closed, not because they're locked, but because no one has dared to knock on the door. And the coach is going to give you confidence to knock on the door. That's when things are going to change for you. Ready? Number 5, no accountability. Wow. Without a coach, this is going to be a problem. This is going to be a real John Brown problem. No accountability. You don't have anybody in your life that'll call you out. Nobody in your life that will help you without judging you, but say, hey, Martin, you said you were going to get this done. You did not get it done. And no accountability leads to no results. No accountability leads to no results because it's not measured. Nothing will improve. Without coaching, it's easy to make excuses, quit early, and play small. So that's what's going to happen without a coach. No accountability, no results. Here's what I'm saying. The I'll do it later mindset becomes a lifestyle for you without coaching. I'll get it done later. I'm going to get around to it. You never get around to it. Coaches makes this happen and it collapses time. Without that, you're going to be stuck. Number 6. Without a coach, you're going to be a poor decision maker. You're going to make poor decisions. You're going to create these expensive lessons that you've had to learn. Because a coach will say, don't do that again. Do it this way. Remember, I taught you how to do this. Now I'm reminding you, do it this way all the time. All the time. This is how you handle these problems. Because bad decisions are the tuition you pay for not having guidance. I'm going to get to that in the next one. But not having a coach makes life very expensive. Bad decisions cost you time, money, and relationships. Without coaching, choices are made from fear, fatigue, or ignorance. So we got to deal with that. Number 6, you're in poor decision making without a coach. Wrong partnerships waste money, or missed moments are often the result. So coaching is going to wipe all that out for you. You won't be worn out all the time because you made bad decisions. Not making sense? Ready for number 7? Number 7, without a coach, your mind is going to be stuck like a car in first gear. Without a coach, who's going to challenge the way you think? without a coach who's going to make sure you're not stagnant in life. Because stuck mindsets create a stagnant life. If you don't get a mindset upgrade, there is no way you're going to get to where you're trying to go, or what you're thinking about, what you're dreaming about, or what your desire is. A coach is going to challenge that mindset constantly, all the time, stretching it, growing it, making it expand so that you can think, do, experience more, so that you can do more for mankind. You can be a blessing instead of a curse. When people see you coming, what do they think? Wow, such and so is coming. This is going to be great. Or wow, such and so is coming, and they're going to ask me for something. They're going to bring down my energy. They're going to tell me why I can't. You have to have a mindset extension. That's the job of a coach. Old beliefs, toxic thoughts, and fear-based thinking stay unchallenged without a coach. Are you serious? Is that the way you really want to live? You want to live unchallenged? You want your mindset to go with you through your whole life? You have to have a coach. Otherwise, my friend, you're going to settle. You're going to settle for what's familiar, not for what's possible. You get stuck in this little world. You start to feel comfortable there. You stay there. You live there. You die early there. Your dreams die early there. Your relationships die early there. Your physical health die early there. Your money dies early in that spot. I don't want that for you. Communicate with me on this particular channel. Subscribe to it.